Look at him. There's a bunny. Man. Today I just want to talk about fear of failure and what that actually means. Recently I had a conversation with one of my good friends and he was telling me there was something that he wanted to start doing, but he was very, hesitant and nervous because he didn't know the results. He didn't know how people would feel and he didn't know what would really come of it. And that kind of sparked some inspiration for me to make this video. This probably won't be a super long video, but this is going to be very open-ended. So you guys can interpret these points however you want. Feel free to chime in the comments, give your own opinions. I'm always open to discussion, as you guys know. God, it looks so good today, man. What vibes. Beautiful vibes, bro. And it got me thinking, like, there's probably other people out there, maybe some of you guys watch the video, that there's something in life that you want to, maybe take up a passion, a hobby, but your fear of failure, it's a real thing. And I thought maybe I should give some of my opinions on it to hopefully help you guys out a little bit and maybe even change your mind. So I came with a couple points today to hopefully help you guys out a bit who might be going through fear of failure. It is definitely a real thing. And after having that conversation with my friend, I realized that, that's basically what I went through when I started this YouTube journey. Like, I was afraid of what people were gonna think of me. I was afraid of, not seeing the results I wanted and all these different types of things that I think you guys could maybe even relate to, right? And no matter what it is you're trying to do in your life. I think the first main thing to kind of understand is that no matter what it is you're trying to accomplish in life or anything you're trying to do, whether that's a new hobby you're trying to pick up on, whether that's a dream you're trying to chase, whether it's anything, it could be literally anything. One thing that I always kind of remember to help me out is that everyone has fear, right? Like, everyone is subconsciously thinking about how they see themselves to the world and how everyone sees them. But you guys have to kind of remember that everyone thinks the same way. So while you might be here nervous about how someone feels about you, they're the same way thinking about how you might feel about them. And I think it creates this never-ending loop of everyone trying to, put on fake personalities and all these different things to impress other people. And it's kind of hard for people to kind of show their true selves and, what they are actually as a person. And that's something I think I dealt a lot with in high school, especially during my earlier years, not so much my later years. It was a lot of people pleasing rather than self-pleasing, and that's the most important thing over anything. And I think once you kind of make that realization, you'll stop changing your personality for certain people. You'll stop acting a certain way that's not true to you. And you'll find the true value in having your own personality and being yourself. Just always remember that if you are afraid of what people might think about you, remember that there's people thinking the exact same thing of what you might think about them. It's this never-ending loop that just goes in a circle forever and ever. And at the end of the day, I mean, we're humans, man. Everyone's self-conscious about something, but once you can make that realization and that connection to get over it, you'll be in a way better position, I promise. Another thing too is, remember, if you're starting something new for the first time, you're going to be bad at it, no matter what it is. Like, for me, in my example, in my life, when I started YouTube, I was terrible at it. I didn't know how to stream. I didn't know how to make a video. I didn't know how to make a thumbnail or a title, nothing. I was bad at it. And one of the main points that I had in that conversation with my friend was, he was afraid to be a beginner and to be a novice. And I think you just have to start, bro. You just have to start. Because once you get started with something, just like anything in life, with time, you'll get better. You'll get more experience. You'll get more exposure to whatever it is you're trying to do. Over time, you'll become more comfortable and it'll just become easier, Look at this shot, man. Got the moon reflection. Oh, this is beautiful, man. I was a beginner at some point. You'll be a beginner at some point. You are a beginner at whatever it is. You just have to start. That's the main thing, bro. Just start. Don't worry about what people have to say about you. Just start. As time goes on, get reps in. That's the main thing. A lot of time people want to start something new and become a pro right away or become an expert right away. You're gonna be a novice. You have to be a novice. It's a part of the journey to get to where you want to go. So just begin and just start. Yeah, I look back at my first videos and I cringe the hell out because they sucked. Of course they suck. But if I never got those reps in and those failures and those, those reps in, I would have never been able to break out of a shell. I would have never been able to, do what I really wanted to do. Like, all things in life, you just need to take that first leap, man. You just need to. Another good thing too is, the term fear of failure comes with a lot of different opinions on what failure actually means. But I think if you change your mindset of what what failing at something is, then you might look at this whole thing differently. You know, some people might look at failure as not succeeding in what it is they want to do. Some people might look at failure as, you know, looking like a fool or whatever the case may be. But I think if you change your mindset on what failure actually means, but I think a lot of the time failures can be positive, man. Like I used in my last point, if you noticed, I said like some of my earlier videos, you know, if I didn't have those failures, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And that is very true, because every failure is a lesson in a way, you know, something more practical. If you fail a test at school, it's a lesson. You know, you can learn from your mistakes and what you got wrong. I say all that to say, don't go into what you're trying to do with the idea of, oh my gosh, I might fail, I might fail, I might do this, I might do that. I've been the same way. Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, you know, there's many times where I've even thought about this YouTube stuff, right? You know, what if I fall off? What if I fail? What if this? What if that? I'm not gonna sit up here and try to be like all perfect and everything to you guys. I've thought that many times, bro. But at the end of the day, you have to find your own passion and your own reason as to why you started it. Like for me, I started content because I love content. I consume content, I live content. Everything about content creation as a whole, I fell in love with since I was a kid. The whole process, everything. So you know what? At the end of the day, even if I wake up tomorrow and I upload a video and it gets 5 views, yeah, you know, my ego might hurt a little bit, but at the end of the day, I do content because I love content. So I think finding, you know, your reason behind that passion will avoid you from failing at anything, because how can you fail at something you love doing? Think about it. Like if I love making content, how could I fail at it? Because I love what I'm doing. You just got to find your own passion, your own reasoning behind everything. Why do you do what you love? I promise if you find that why, it'll make things so much better, because how can you fail at doing something you love? You physically can't. I think society as a whole has kind of set these unrealistic expectations of, you know, post their entire life on social media and, bro, live your life, man. You know what I mean? Like, live your life. Who gives a flying F what someone else has to say about you, bro? And I think once I really made that connection and that realization, my life has changed, bro, for the better. Like, honestly, you know, I used to be afraid. I used to be genuinely afraid of what other people would have to say about what I'm doing. But you just have to do it, man. So please, I'm not going to make this a super long video, but just take this advice. Again, this is an open-ended conversation. Please feel free to add some more points in the comments. This is just off the top of my head. You know, leave some advice for someone else in the comments that might need it, bro. Fear of failure is a real thing. And once you can kind of make that connection, not to be so afraid of everything, I promise you guys, your life is going to change. So no matter what it is you're trying to be successful in, no matter if it's academics, entrepreneurship, or relationship, you know, any goals you might have, and whether it's a small goal you have, like, you know, you want to start going to the gym consistently, or, you know, you want to start doing this or that. Like, I know it's easier said than done, and trust me, guys, I'm living proof of it. It's way easier said than done. But just take this video as like an encouragement. You know, I believe in you. You know, just keep doing your thing. Keep doing what it is you're trying to do. Don't give up. Keep pushing. You know, if you're going through a hard stretch in school right now, you know, if your business isn't seeing the success you really want it to have, just keep going, bro, because I'm telling you, small failures suck in the moment. They do, but just look at the bigger picture. Look at what you're trying to do. And remember, like I said, remember your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why'd you start? Why? How can you fail at doing something you love?